Good morning friends, I am Professor Pranav Singh Patil and you are studying agricultural heritage. In last few classes or videos we discussed about what is agricultural heritage, what is the importance of this course, what are the objectives of this course, and we have started learning the history of Indian agriculture or the agriculture in general in the world. So what we discussed is the development of agriculture, or we can say stages of development of civilization which go hand in hand. So in that the scholars have classified these stages into three ages, that is Stone Age, Bronze Age and Iron Age. So we discussed about the Stone Age, which is again categorized into Paleolithic Age, Mesolithic Age and Neolithic Age, and then the Bronze Age and how the tools and implements then became of metal, and then finally Iron Age, which also discussed about the archaeological facts. Now in this class we are going to discuss about the Indus Valley civilization. If you look at the map of India today, it is not exact. So we all know that the Pakistan was part of India, because we are discussing history of Indian agriculture in the ages of some 3000 BC, 5000 BC, like that, and we got independence in 1947. So together, and the Pakistan was part of India. So the map of India was very large at that time. So the Indus Valley was in India, which is also known as Sindhu Ghati Sabhyata. So Indus Valley civilization. So cities around that Indus River were very old and very well known to the world heritage that we want to discuss, and that was the predominant society existed in India, and what was their agricultural practices and how progressed and helped and contributed in development of agriculture. Today's lecture. So let us begin with Indus Valley civilization. As you can see that where is the Indus River on this map here. You can see the top side, northern side. You can see the Indus River. You can see some of the cities like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Mehergarh, Lothal. So these were the main cities at that time in India. Okay, you all know about Harappa, which was the first city that was found. The archaeologists, the people who land and they discovered what was the history and how the people used to live, they found that Harappa is first city found. And then Mohenjo-daro, you all know about the Mohenjo-daro because of the movie in the Bollywood that came in recent past. Then Mehergarh, which is now in Pakistan, and most of them are in Pakistan today after division, but at that time it is part of India, we can say. So this civilization existed in between 3300 BC to 1900 BC. So 3300 BC to 1900 BC, this civilization existed. So what is Indus Valley civilization? It is nothing but the civilization or the cities which were found near the river Indus. The cities which were found near the river Indus, and that is called as Indus Valley civilization that we want to discuss. So these the cities built along the river Indus were known as the Indus Valley civilization, also known as Harappan culture. So Indus Valley civilization, also known as Harappa civilization or Harappan culture, which is found in Ravi in Punjab, and another city Mohenjo-daro, which means Mound of Dead, that is around the Sindh, in Sindh, now in Pakistan. So these are the two main cities. Also I mentioned the other name of the cities like Lothal and Mehergarh. Cities were found at that time. This is another picture you can see here of Mohenjo-daro, and which indicates that similar to what we see the infrastructure of the buildings are there at that time. 3000 BC, can you imagine? 3000 BC to 1900 BC, at that time people have the homes made up of bricks. So, they have discovered how to prepare homes and how to prepare bricks and constructing the walls, and this is actually the market yard. This is the market area where people used to, if you have seen the movie, then you all know the market yard in the Mohenjo-daro also. So, this is the place. You can see the proper walls and roads are there in between these things to travel from one place to another place. You can see here the roads, and then and at the top you can see that this is the king's place, or the whoever is the king of that society, it is their living place. So, the government, small government we can say, and the all people will go and give their rent or the taxes to that person. So, people utilized pots. So, what developments happened in this era? So, they utilized pots, utensils, ornaments. So, they prepared many things which we use today also. See, we want to know what is the contribution of these Harappan people to Indian agriculture or the agriculture in general. So, they developed many kinds of pots and utensils and ornaments. They had a proper drainage system. So, this is about this city, that all the drainage or the waste from the bathrooms and toilets, they knew that this is not good for health and all, and it is going to cause disease. So, the drainage channels were made, and that is passed out of the city. So, that also we practice today. So, they started since that era, we can say that we have started removing the wastewater. Agricultural practices, to focus on agriculture. We do not want to focus on how these people lived and what was their lifestyle. Again, in history you can read that, but focus on what is the agricultural practices in this era. So, they identified the importance of plowing. So, tillage operation. So, we practice different kinds of tillage today. So, if you think about the question should come in your mind that who started it. So, according to the literature available, the Harappan city people, they had this knowledge about the plowing, that we should plow the land, we should make the land loose before carrying out the sowing operation. So, that is plowing is as old as we can say agriculture, and it is very old practice and traditional practice. Then they also knew about the seed treatment, that we should carry out a seed treatment in hot water before sowing operation. Today our scientists recommend different kinds of seed treatments, like fungicide treatment is there, biofertilizer treatment is there, hot water treatment is there. But at that time the industries were not there, so we cannot expect the availability of fungicides and bioherbicides. So, these people, they were using the traditional methods, that is seed treatment with hot water to kill the we can say the pathogens. Crop production, which kind of crops they were taking. So, they were growing the wheat crop, barley, gram, peas, sesame and rape. Sesame and rape were used for oil, extracting the oil. Okay, we all know that the rape seed is very popular in North India, sarson ka tel. So, that is very popular, and we knew that the discovery of agriculture happened with the introduction of crops like wheat and barley in the northeastern part of India. So, that is Israel, Jordan, and that area the discovery of agriculture happened. So, the Harappa was not far away from that. So, today also we can say in North India wheat is the predominant crop grown in Punjab and Haryana. So, at that time all crops were there. So, major crop was wheat, barley, gram, peas, sesame oil. But the most important crop of the Harappa civilization or Indus Valley we can say is cotton. They grew cotton, they also not just grown the cotton, but devised the methods of ginning, spinning and weaving of cotton. So, ginning is the extraction of the lint, spinning is the preparation of the threads, and weaving is the preparation of the clothes from the threads. So, we had the cotton industry we can say, and that was the textile industry we can say, one of the oldest industry in India. India was known for the textile industry. We have IT industry today, we have sugar industry, we have textile industry. So, textile was the one of the most important oldest industry in India, and we were used to prepare the cloths at that time in the Harappa civilization. Can you imagine, in 3300 BC we used to prepare the clothes and we used to export them to other civilizations like in Egypt or in Mesopotamia, in other places, Europe and all. So, at that time we used to export the cotton. So, we were trading the cotton. China had tea, they were trading the tea and silk and all. So, we were trading cotton since that time. Then ox drawn wheel cart was used for transport. So, the invention of wheel already happened. So, we started using the, although those wheels were made up of the wood and ox drawn wheel cart was very slow. And nowadays most of the farmers, they are selling their oxes and bulls and they are adopting the mechanization with tractors. But at that time, for many centuries, we all know that the bullock pair were used to draw the ox drawn wheel carts, and that was the major method of transport, which was considered as cheap. Animal husbandry, they domesticated different types of animals like bullocks, cattle, that is cows and bullocks, and camel and horse, elephant, donkeys and birds. So, India is well known for the availability of the large number of animals. So, first dog that was first animal that was domesticated was the dog that we studied in the last class. But since then the man realized that we can domesticate animals, and slowly he started domesticating animals along with the agriculture, and so we can say mixed farming started. So, mixed farming started. So, we started obtaining milk from animal, meat from animal, wool from animal, as well as we use the animals for transport and all, and so that is how we started along with the crop production. Utilize them in agriculture as well as for transport. So, not just for the plowing and tillage operation, but also for transport and as well as for obtaining different products like milk. Oil cake was used to feed the animals. So, since that time, to improve the milk production, oil cake, which is considered as a concentrated food for animal, since that time we are feeding to the animals. So, so that is the, we know sesamum and rapeseed was grown at that time, and that was used to prepare the oil cake. Then most important discovery of the Indus Valley civilization is the great granary, you can see. So, great granaries were found. These are the storage structures which were found after digging out by the archaeologists in 1922. They dug out, and we then found that there was a city existed 3300 BC. So, this dugout happened in 1922, so just before the independence. So, what is granaries? These are the storage structures. We still have some of the storage structure in our villages where farmers used to store their grains. So, each granary was about 50 by 20 feet height, and the length we can say, and overall arranged symmetrically in 2 rows of 6 in each row. So, these are the 2 rows, this is one row and this is another row. So, 6 granaries in each row. So, 12 granaries of 50 by 20 feet were found. So, this is the which happened with a central passage, and they were 23 feet wide. So, 50 by 20 by 23 we can say. So, central passage is there. So, to travel along with the north. So, all the produce which was produced by the farmers, peasants, that was collected, and the sharing was done with the king or the ruler with in the form of kind. The money was not the measure of transaction at that time. Money was not discovered. So, people used to trade with goods, exchange goods, barter system. So, that existed at that time. So, what it tells, the great granary, large granary indicates that the peasants or the farmers paid their dues to the government in kind. So, the farmers paid their dues to the government in kind, Okay. So, money was not there. So, farmer had to give some taxes to the person who were protecting them. The artisans, carpenters and other also received their wages from the government or worth from the farmer in the form of the grains. So, most of the people were trading the grains for the other kinds of products like furniture and clothes. So, if you give the grain, then they will give you the other products. I remember it existed even when I was very small in my childhood also. I used to take some of the jawar seeds to the kirana stores, and I used to buy Parle biscuit with exchange of the grains at that time, I remember. So, that system existed long time in the history. So, that is the great granary. So, this is about the Indus Valley civilization, and now we will talk about the Vedic civilization. So, Vedic people is also, we also know that the Indian culture is referred as the Vedic culture. Okay. So, Vedas, the Rishis, and they existed in many literature like Ramayana and Mahabharata also mention these things, and these are the popular we can say books as well as the serials and episodes very. So, this Vedic age existed in India around 1500 BC to 600 BC, and these people actually they were not the local people. They came from the Hindu Kush mountains, and they were the Irish and Irish people, and then the people started calling them Aryans. Okay. So, mispronunciation. So, that become Aryans in India, and they were referred as the Aryas, Arya. So, they were the tall and considered as the handsome and tall people and with lot of knowledge, and they propagated their knowledge in the society. So, what developments happened in this age, let us see. So, they were the Aryans, they migrated from the Hindu Kush mountains, you can see here in the picture, and they mainly were the pastoral. So, their main business was animal husbandry and grazing the animals and obtaining milk from animal, okay, as well as the meat from different kinds of animal except cow. So, cow was considered as the god's animal. So, they had the horse drawn chariots. So, they used to ride the horse, that was their hobby. So, they came and settled near Punjab, near different rivers that we will discuss. So, the word Vedic civilization, Veda means, came from the word Vid means knowledge. So, Vidya or Vid means knowledge, and they settled in near the land in the North India called as Sapt Sindhavati. Land of Aryans is called as Sapt Sindhavati, which is land of 7 rivers around the rivers. So, like Satluj, B, Ravi, Chenab, Jhelum, Indus and Saraswati. So, people used to live near river because of availability of water, and then they can utilize that water for different purposes. Rig Veda was their oldest book written by the Aryans. We all very popular literature. In the late Vedic period, emergence of Varna hierarchy. So, the Aryans, they contributed to the society by giving Varna hierarchy. So, they distributed the roles to the people, that all people should not do different kind of activities, and they divided the people into different roles, that is called as Varna hierarchy, and that is this that is the priests, warriors, farmers, merchants, craftspeople, farm workers, servants and laborers. So, according to role, these people were called as Brahmanas or Brahmins, which were the priests, or they were given the highest position in the class or society as considered to other, because they had more knowledge and they were given the role to teach other people. And then Kshatriyas were the strong ones and which can protect the society. So, they were the warriors. So, Kshatriyas, most of the kings and rulers, we can say before the development of countries, were Kshatriyas in Indian conditions. Then Vaishyas, which are the traders, the shopkeepers and traders and farmers. they came under the Vaishyas category, farmers, merchants, and Shudras, the people who worked for Vaishyas. So, farm workers, servants and laborers. So, Varna hierarchy. Agriculture growth in this period, so they possess the knowledge about fertility of land. So, not just crop production, but they started knowing that why the crop grows. So, fertility of land, they mentioned that without manuring the crop production cannot increase. So, addition of manure plays a very important role. Selection of proper seeds, seed treatment, harvesting and rotation crops were some of the concepts of the Vedic people. Harvesting began with prayers. So, they used to believe in God and they used to pray before harvesting. Realize the importance of off-season plowing. So, in the summer season they recommended to plow, which is again still recommended by today's scientists also. So, they started plowing as in when the rain was received. So, it is easy to plow when there is a field capacity, when the moisture is there. So, that is the recommendation. The plow used to be very large and heavy at that time. So, that was difficult to carry out. Bullocks and oxes were used for plowing. So, man tried different kind of animals and then we settled on the bullocks and oxes, which are more powerful and comparatively easy to handle. So, animal husbandry, the people were mainly pastoral. So, they fed their animals in jungles to the grasses and obtained and milk products. Then they grazed their animals in jungles, cultivated barley. So, barley was main crop of the Vedic people near houses. They considered barley as the healthy crop for men, especially men. The cow was considered as God's animal. They believed that cow should not be killed for meat and only milk should be obtained from the cow. So, they developed irrigation by developing channels from the rivers. So, importance of irrigation has been taught to the people by these. The wells were in use for supply of drinking water and known as the kacha well. So, every house had a small well which was used for drinking as well as for irrigation. Not very concrete structure. Agricultural implements in this period were the iron plowshare. So, they developed the iron plow. The plows were Langra and Sira plow. So, Langra is the lightweight plow and Sira is the heavyweight plow, and sickle was used for harvesting. So, we still today the sickle plow these are existing today also, and that was discovered in Vedic period. Sieves to clean the seeds, the sieves were discovered. So, for cleaning, because we all know the iron age is there and metal is available. So, they developed different types of crops. Barley was main crop, sesamum and sugarcane was also grown in this area. Cucumber, bottle gourd was also mentioned in Vedic period. Aryans were accustomed to the barley diet. Barley considered were as good for men, cattle and horses, and even today it is used for preparing kheer and all in Hindu rituals. But in modern era the barley is used to prepare wine. That is an interesting fact. Now, for clothes, wool and cotton were used to prepare the clothes. So, this is about the two civilizations that we discussed today, Indus Valley civilization and Vedic civilization. Two important civilizations that existed in India for long time, and they contributed in development of agriculture. So, for today we will stop here. Thank you very much.